What's up, Internet? It's your favorite bearded Yugi tuber here. It's Trinity Watts. So I've had actually a couple people now ask me what I think about ban list predictions. Ban list season's coming up, and I've had in the past I've made a couple of good predictions. I don't know if they've been on YouTube or not, but some dirt on my screen. But anyways, I thought I'd give them a shot. So right now, what really needs to be banned? Like, if you notice, Konami hasn't really banned anything in a while. Like last list, they didn't. I don't think they banned anything in the list before, other than Super Poly. But they've been kind of leaning away from banning cards. It's the kind of general thing they've been doing. Try and just limit it to one. Hopefully, they die off. But cards that I think could get banned. Now this is just coming from, I'm not sure, but Snatch Steal is a possibility. Everyone knew it was gonna be good coming back. It is really good right now. So I don't know. Snatch Steal is pretty busted. Let you OTK a lot easier. Just, I don't know. It could get banned. That's one of the cards. I'm not saying it should, with all the MSTs floating around, and I just think it could. It could be one of those ones, like, if I woke up tomorrow and the ban list was up and Snatch was banned, I'd be like, whatever. Not the end of the world. If it doesn't, whatever, it's not the end of the world. It's not a huge deal. Other cards that should get banned, like a Regeki's the other one. Now that it and Dark Hole are seeing lots of play, everyone's running two in their decks and making their Regekis. I could see that as another bad one. Like I said, it's the same thing. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if it does, I'll wake up and be like, whatever, man, whatever. So let's talk about limited cards that should be. And sorry, I'm not filming my screen. My tablet for some reason won't work for any of the programs, so it's kind of weird. But I don't know. Once I get set up at the end, when school's over, I'll start carding my screens again in the summer, and it'll be good. But limited Manju of the 10,000 hands. Yeah, you're a prime candidate for limitations on the ban list. The thing's really good for Neklos, and it's outside of the archetype, so it's definitely a candidate to get hit because Neklos are confirmed to have support, even though it's not that good. There's one card that's okay, but one like Pendulum Monster as a Pharaoh one that acts as a ritual spell or something. I read it a while ago and forgot. But anyways, Manju, that's an easy one, and plus what that does is that cuts down on the consistency of the Dijin lock, so that's always good. Like, retardedly good. I don't think Senju's gonna take the hit. Senju could take a hit. You never know. But I don't think Senju will. Manju will, because it searches both, and Senju only searches one. So why hit the monster searcher? So that will leave Neklos players playing like what? Sonic Bird? Probably not, because it's not really worth it to search out their mirrors as prevalent as it is to search out the monsters, because they can search out monsters that search out the mirrors. So yeah, Brio searches everything, so whatever. The next card I'm thinking is Preparation of Rites. Preparation of Rites could get banned, to be honest. Like, it's pretty gross. Add a monster, then you can add a ritual spell from your graveyard. It's pretty gross, especially with Neklos. That could easily see a hit. Like I said, that could easily go to one. Probably will go to one, probably won't get banned, just for obvious sack factor reasons, but it's really, really, really good. So, as for cards getting limited, now every now and then there's cards that come off the ban list. So, just gonna take a look here. I don't think there's much that's gonna come off to go to the limited, other than I see the argument being made all over the internet, and it does make a lot of sense. And that's Trishula. I feel like Trishula is overdue to come back. But one of the problems is Yang Zings is seeing a lot of support, and glow up bulb is being a thing again. So Trish is gonna be really easy to make, I think, especially with Yang Zings. Like think about that. I'm gonna make a Trish on your turn and banish three of your things. That's fucking stupid. That's fucked. That's actually really scary right there. Yang Zing's making a Trish like just even in back in the day, if you had a formula synchron, you could make a Trish on your opponent's turn. That was just nasty. Now making Yang Zings all the time, and with all the support Yang Zings getting, I think they could easily be maybe a tier one deck, but definitely a contender, even though they are slow. That's the thing though. And a lot of people that play against Yang Zings that you see online haven't actually played the deck themselves, so they don't really understand how to play against Yang Zings. I always see people going in full board, like going hard against Yang Zings, and it's like, you don't do that. You don't. You got to play like passive aggressively against it. You got to kind of like play the deck and feel it out a bit. Like anyone here who plays Yang Zings knows what I mean. Like if you're constantly attacking into a Yang Zing player, what you're doing is you're giving him options. You're letting him search his deck, special his deck. Like sometimes it's nice just to trip him out. Like if I got three monsters on board and they got one Yang Zing monster, they're assuming I'm going to attack with all three, and maybe they want Jayautu on the board, so maybe they bring out the water guy, and then they bring out Saswani, the fire one, and then they bring out Jayautu at the end. But sometimes you just got to bait them out, and you play around them. Other cards that are banned, like I haven't been a huge fan of the whole Stratos, unbanned Stratos, blah 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 blah. I think Stratos is a really good card, and I think it should stay banned, but it could easily go to one because, like, let's be honest, that's gonna support the hero structure deck, and that's what Konami wants. They want people to buy it, and also the new mass change guy, the masked hero, the dark one, the higher level one, it's coming out in the King of the Bling. So why wouldn't Konami release that, or why wouldn't they unban that? That's just gonna make people buy it more and buy more of the structure decks. They already sold like crazy. Why wouldn't they want more to sell? So I don't know. Stratos is one that could go either way. Like I know a lot of people are probably sitting here like about to comment, "Oh my god, this stupid scrub Stratos isn't coming back. You're such a noob. Stratos isn't coming back." Like people always say when people want Stratos to come back, but and then you can pull up the argument. Stratos is banned, but why is everything in the Necklace deck at 3 at the moment? But why is there's so many there's better searchers than it? Well, okay, that's not true. It's one of the best searchers, but the fact that its effect can be multiple times per turn is kind of gross. Maybe if it was eradicated to once per turn, it wouldn't be as bad. So, who knows? I don't know. You never know what Konami could do. Personally, I'd love to see Dragon Ravine come back. That's an obvious one right there. I hate when people make predictions and they say Dragon Ravine won, because that's just a fucking slap in the face. Because all your opponent needs one MST to win the game, even though they already kind of need one MST to win it in theory. But yeah, I would love to see Dragon Ravine come back to 3. I feel like Konami could easily bring back Wind Up Carriers and Mighty. That's another one that could come back off the list. Wind Ups are getting support or not. I don't know. Can't remember. But that would definitely help their case. And I don't think they would be too broken with that. Okay, I've heard a lot of talk about Cold Wave. Cold Wave is an interesting one. Definitely interesting. Could Cold Wave come back is the question. I don't think it should. Like, it's a pretty strong card. It's essentially Trunade. Trunade won't come back. I don't know. I was talking to my roommate the other day. He said he thinks Trunade should come back, and I think he said that. I think someone said Trunade should come back, and no, I'm just like, okay, so I'm playing Satellar's or Yusenju's. I'll take that. I'll have a Call of the Haunted and Fiendish Chain, and maybe I'm playing Yusenju's and I got like a couple tankies and a Fiendish Chain, and yeah, just Trunade plus a lot win the game. Like, that's not cool. That's fucking broke as shit. Yeah, I don't think that'll come back. I don't think Cold Wave will come back either. Um, It'd be kind of interesting to see one of the cards that is always up for debate that I see on Zodiac and everywhere in general is a Spellbook of Judgment. A lot of people say it wouldn't be a meta defining card if it came back to one, but I think it would be. Everyone's like, oh, you either get to recycle Fate or you get to recycle Judgment. But what a lot of people keep fucking forgetting is if you search out Fate while you have Judgment, or you search Judgment while you already have Fate, or vice versa, or like you have other cards like a Master already, you don't need to search a Master off of a Secrets, and you have Blue Boy or whatever. You can essentially search both of them in the turn, and you can essentially use Judgment to search for 5 or 6 in the end phase, and that's just fucked. Like it's just really like you can easily set a Fate and the end phase search for an Eternity and or even 2 Eternities or a Power and whatever, whatever your deck's gonna go for, and you could easily banish that Judgment and recycle it with Fate, and then towers the Fate back in and Eternity to the Judgment. It's just never ending, and I think that that card would give the deck a lot of push even at 1. That being said, I would love to see Prophecies do something again. I feel Konami hits decks and they cripple them for too long before they make them good again. Like, come on, I think Prophecy should get thrown back in the ring. I love that deck. I don't own that deck. I wish I did. It's such a fun deck to play, and it's such an awesome deck. I want that deck. I was unfair that last ban list that hit it. Like Judgment was its call to arms essentially, and so was Fate. And then Dragon Rulers took the big hit, and then they still dominated, while Prophecy just kind of lingered on, even though they were dominating a bit, but not nearly the levels that Dragons continued after their initial hit. And then Fate to 1, they still managed to have quite a kick in a couple of formats. You see them sneak in. They topped Nats last year with all the hat. That was Manov. He was playing Prophecy, and he did quite well. And I've seen it top other events. It's a good deck, and I think they would have a good neck loss matchup. Like Trish ain't gonna stop that non-targeting Fate. They're just gonna out the Jin lock. Like it's not bad, to be honest. It's not bad. I think Fate could come back to 1 and prepare for the Prophecy domination, but I feel like everything should be it might balance itself out. I would like to see what Prophecy could do with 1 Judgment. That's what I'm saying. I would like to see how well they would have adapted 2 years later after coming out and losing the Judgment. How well they would adapt. No other cards I don't think should come off the ban list. Other than Trish. No Brio. No Brio with Mermails would be stupid, but it'd be nice to see Brio again. I miss that guy. It's one of my favorites back in the day. Limited to 1. I think Moraltech should get off there. I think Moraltech should go to 2 because they killed the Artifact Engine in 1 swift movement. Yeah, here's another one I was talking about the other day, actually, that I was debating. Is a Fire Fist Spirit. I think that one should go to 3. We never ever saw 6 Axes in the TCG, and the OCG saw it, but we never did. It was limited pretty much right as Rooster came out, Spirit. I would really, 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 really like to see, as being an ex-Fire Fist player myself, I'd love to see the deck do well again. But I'm like curious because I've been tempted to throw together the Fire Fists because, I just want to summon Bear and pop that Jin lock and everything else, and I don't know, just think they'd be kind of good, but you never know. I would just like to see what the deck could do in the TCG, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's like buying a I don't know, like a pit bull to go dog fighting or something. Terrible example. It's like buying a pit bull to go dog fighting and like having like muzzle on half the dog's mouth the whole time it's out. Just I can't bite. Never let that dog go all out. And I just want to see what that Fire Fist can do if it goes all out. It went all out in the OCG. Why can't it go all out here? The game's changed a lot. At the time, the game was a lot slower when Fire Fist dominated. But like, would they really have dominated the Dragon format if they had 3 Spirit? Like, would we have seen? Would they really done well against Prophecy if they had 3 Spirit? Because the deck was out. They didn't have Wolf Bark, of course, at Nat's time, but they would have had 3 Spirit and 3 Rooster because Judgment of the Light was out just at the time. No, it wasn't, because he came in Judgment of the Light. No, Rooster came in the set before. Conmol Blazer? No, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. But anyways, what I'm saying is, I just want to see that dog at full fight. You know, I want to see what Fire Fist can actually do and how they'd hold up. Book of Moon, another one. I think it could easily go to 2. It's an easier out to Jijin lock than Regeki is. If Konami wanted to do that trade out, I feel like if they were sitting in their office right now, well, we could bring Book of Moon to 2 and we could ban Regeki, and that could be our logic. That's another easy fix and staple in the game. Monster Gate could easily go to 2, even though Infernoids would be pretty nuts with that. Yeah. Sacred Sword of 7 stars could come out. That would be possible. I'd like to see 1-for-1. That'd be kind of cool to see 1-for-1 come out. Give some plants back some of their plays. Especially with the new level 1 plant coming out on the King of the Bling. I can't remember, Row something. I'd like to see that. That'd be kind of cool. Another card I was... Gores could go to 3. Like, let's be honest. No one's running any Gores. Goyo could go to 3. Easy. Another card going to 2. I think Bestiari, like, come on. Bring it to 2. I don't think Glad Beasts are going to do anything, even if you brought Bestiari to 3. So those are my cards that I think should come off. And I talked about the Necklace stuff. Other than the game-wise, cards that get limited right now, too, I think maybe, what's that card called? Advanced Ritual Art. No. Summoner's Art. Summoner's Art. Want to search for a level 5 or higher monster? That one could go. Well, let's be honest. That one could go to 1. That's kind of... I feel like with XYZ's getting support, that one's going to be kind of gross. Even though Netcloths are the only... Or Quill Arts are the only one that run it. Yet, to think about this... Clees have never seen a hit on the list yet because they haven't been old enough to take one. But they have showed a large domination in the game. So expect something in the Clifford deck to get hit. And it's not going to be Scout because they don't want to hurt the archetype, but it will be something outside the archetype. So expect Summoner's Art to go. And another thing would be Skill Drain. I think Skill Drain could easily go to 1 or 2. Skill Drain right now is just a floodgate that is stupid for Clifford's. Skill Drain was a possibility, like if you go back Fire Fist format and a little bit around that time, and even other events back in the past when Heroes were running, Hero Skill Drain was a thing. Skill Drain's always been a candidate to get hit on the ban list. It's a card that shuts down many decks in a go. But the thing with Cleese is Skill Drain not only shuts down their opponents, it boosts them by making let them pendulum summon a bunch of 2400 beaters instead of a bunch of 2800 beaters, which can make a world of a difference. It's the difference between you summoning an 1800 attack monster like that or summoning a 2800 attack monster like that. And then also, like, it's just a double-edged sword for them. It hinders their opponent while it makes them more powerful. That's why it's an easy candidate for a ban list. So, and to be honest, it's one of the only reasons why Clifford's actually managed to outpump Netcloth is because of the returning pendulum monsters and their floodgates. And then speaking of floodgates, everyone complains about Vanities being hit on the list. I don't think Vanities deserves to be hit. And now this was being said back, Dragon format when Dragons were dominating. I felt like Vanities was a little bit stronger then because Dragons were the main deck you played it against, and they would banish 2 and you play Vanities and they would neg 2 essentially immediately, or they discard for their baby Dragons too. But one of the things I'm thinking is that just the way Vanities is, we've seen the general pattern to go kind of from a fast-paced game to a slow-paced game back to a fast-paced game. Right now, I feel like we're in a bit of a kind of a fast, grindy kind of phase with the Netcloth mirrors. I feel like Vanities is just going to work itself out. Like, it's one of those cards that it's good one day, and the next day it's good. Like nobody ran at Fire Fist format. You're stupid. You played instead of vanities against Boojins. Like, what the fuck you do? Yeah, you can stop their the other shit, but you just hindered yourself even more. You stopped their Carnation, but whatever. That was one, 3 cards in their deck, or 2 cards, or 1 card, depends on when you saw Boojins or Fire Fist. Oh, cool, just bear pop all your shit. But yeah, like I'm saying, Vanities I think is a card that can work itself out of the format. So that's another good one. I'd like to see Vanities stay at where it is because it is a powerful card, but the thing is, it's definitely one that helps separate some of the good players from the not as good players, and also luck too. When are you gonna play your vanities? Because that's a big thing. Not just being able to have a vanities and being able to use it properly is the world. Sometimes it means the world to you just to use it right. And yeah, also, yeah, that's what I meant. I think Soul Drain also could come up to 2. Um, that's about it. One thing too is I didn't like to see Infernity die so hard like that. That was kind of sad to see. I think Archfiend should go to 2 just so the deck's a little bit more playable. Like I was playing that. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. I was playing that Hero Infernity deck. That brought back some memories. So yeah, other cards. Dark Arm Dragon, he's overdue. Archfiend should be at 2, like I said. Grand Mole's overdue. Night Assailant could easily go up. Here's another card that I've been keeping my eye on too. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. So right now people are gonna buy the shit out of that Red Eyes support. How much more are they gonna buy it when the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon's at 2 or even 3? So that's another thing right there. That's a possible boost for Hieratics too. So Red MD is pretty gross in that deck, but I do think Red MD is a bit overdue to go to 2. Even though, you know, it'll just help sell their stuff. So why not, right? Other than that, that's my I can't think of anything else that should get hit on the ban list. Tour Guide. Tour Guide is 1. Tour Guide is definitely 1. I feel like if Necklace players want to run the Djinn lock better, they're gonna run Tour Guides to search for Djinn and make like a Dante and Mel, and then yeah, they search for Djinn lock off of it. So I feel like that's a play coming up in the near future for Necklace. I was thinking about this the other day, actually. Yeah, so I should talk about this earlier. But yeah, that's definitely a play. Tour Guide should get hit on the ban list. It should go to 1, like 1 or 2. Don't kill the Burning Abyss because obviously it's getting support in the next set, and who knows how far Konami is going to take it. But I don't think the deck should get killed. The deck's already died off because the deck lost a lot, but it's a really strong deck. But I just feel like Tour Guide is abusable as long as the Djinn's around. Like, the next thing you know, I know everyone's saying this guy's a fucking idiot, but I guarantee you, whatever, when they lose Manju, opening Dante and even in that deck and milling some and setting up your Djinn locks pretty good. So, yeah. That's my video. Sorry it went a little long. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my free giveaway. It's happening this Saturday, which this video will get uploaded tomorrow, which is Friday. So, yeah, it'll be up tomorrow in your perspective. But if you're watching this video on Saturday, it's today. But if you watched the video on Sunday, it was yesterday. Anyways, not to confuse you out with relativity and time, that's my video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Tell me if I missed anything. And that's everything. Peace.